From Fenway, the Red Sox and the Oakland A's go at it in Game 2. The Sox offense continued to score early last night, and tonight Doug Fister takes the mound, with the Red Sox knowing the Yankees have already won today, putting the lead at 3.5 games at the moment. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us back at Fenway. I'm Dave O'Brien alongside the Hall of Famer Dennis Eckersley. Jemai Webster joining us in just a little bit. Eck, there's no question that Doug Fister has become the feel-good story of the 2017 Red Sox, but nobody anticipated him becoming the kind of performer he's turned into here in September.
I mean, how could you possibly predict that this was going to happen? I don't think he did. I mean, really, you go back to when he got here, he just sort of threw him out there, extra inning games, this and that, a one-spot start, but he has been as good as he's ever been in his career. And for me, he's a breaking ball pitcher. That doesn't mean he throws nothing but breaking balls, because he paints with his fastball. But to me, that's where he gets guys off balance, and that curveball makes guys look silly, some of the best hitters around. But you see what he's done the last 7 starts. It's really the last 7 starts for David Price, if you think about it. And you couldn't expect this necessarily from David Price. So, he's put himself in a great spot with the Red Sox. He went from, like I said before, a 6th starter to a number 3 starter. And then you talk about the playoffs. Is he going to be involved in the playoffs? If you had to do it right now, this guy would be your 3rd starter. So everybody's feeling good about him, and he's pitched good against good ball clubs too. Now he's got the Oakland A's. He's had a pretty good career against them. This is a good spot for him to maybe get some punch outs too tonight.
You make a great point, because just last season he was 3-1 against Oakland with an ERA under 1, so he's seen a lot of these same hitters before. Talking about hitting, how about Xander Bogaerts last night? Recently he's admitted that hand that got hit by the pitch at Tampa Bay was really aching for a long time, but he had 3 hits last night, feeling good again in the batter's box. This is a great sign for the Red Sox getting ready to play Game 2. Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Digital Federal Credit Union, see what DCU can save you. Lexus and the Lexus Strikes Out Hunger program. Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin'. Your New England Audi dealers and a 2018 Audi Q5. And by Southwest, yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Sox and the A's playing the middle game of a 3-game series, which will end tomorrow afternoon. Time now for our Xfinity X1 report as we go to Jemai Webster.
Thanks a lot, OB. We're here in the Xfinity Zone, and we're talking about Xander Bogaerts, who was hit in the hand by a pitch back on July 6th in Tampa. We thought it might be a significant injury at the time, but he only missed 1 game, yet he continued to struggle for the next 2 months with a sub-200 batting average. He told me he now feels the best he has in quite a long time, and we're seeing those results at the plate. He went 3 for 3 last night against the A's, and he says he's starting to feel like his old self again and getting back to playing the type of baseball he's used to playing.
Trying to get your timing back, that goes a long way. I had a few days off in New York, and just trying to get the rhythm back, and I'm a guy that the more I play, the more comfortable I feel, the better my timing gets. So I guess it's just how I've always been.
Over the last week, Xander is hitting .304 with a .385 on-base percentage. He'll look to continue that streak as Doug Fister takes the hill in Game 2 of their 3-game set against the Athletics. Last time out, he worked 7 innings with 9 strikeouts. Can Fister continue those ways tonight against Oakland? First pitch around the corner with Dave O'Brien and Dennis Eckersley. Stick around, folks. Red Sox baseball on NESN right after this.
It is brought to you by Subaru of New England, supplying all-wheel drive vehicles with a passion for fall activities. Don't miss the Choose Your Ride giveaway Saturdays in September, only at Plainridge Park Casino. Come to your coffee senses with Cumberland Farms, just 99 cents all day, every day. Southwest, yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. And by Old Dominion Freight Lines, the official freight carrier of Major League Baseball and the Boston Red Sox. Really nice night here at Fenway Park. A string of terrific weather evenings and days here at Fenway. Great to have you alongside tonight. Red Sox and the Oakland Athletics in the middle game of the series. In the other baseball today, the Yankees beat Tampa Bay 3-2. That was at Citi Field in New York. Now they're heading home to St. Petersburg and Tampa Bay. Red Sox will be heading that way tomorrow for a weekend series there. And the Cleveland Indians did it again today. An afternoon affair against Detroit. They won it 5-3. They have won 21 in a row. That is the new American League record. Just incredible. Doug Fister taking them on tonight with a 5-7 record. Here's the A's lineup he'll face. Brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers. Semien at the top will be followed by Joyce and Jed Lowry. Chris Davis is the DH. Matt Olson at first. Chad Pinder in right field. Maxwell does the catching. Chapman at third. And Boog Powell is in center field. Famous name there. And batting out of the 9th spot against the Red Sox starter. Presented by your New England Audi dealers. And in 7 outings since moving to the Red Sox rotation on July 31, Fister is 5-2. ERA at 2.79.
Yeah, the Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. The Red Sox have made 92 errors in 144 games around the infield. Rafael Devers at third. Bogarts at short. Dustin Pedroia at second. Mitch Moreland at first. Out in the outfield up to right. Andrew Benintendi. Jackie Bradley Jr. Mookie Betts in right. Behind the plate, Sam Leone catching Doug Fister.
Umpires tonight brought to you by Toyota's website for deals. BuyAToyota.com. Hunter Wendelstad is the son of a longtime Major League umpires, Dad Harry. Andy Fletcher at first, Alan Porter at second. Joe West makes the calls at third. And we're available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by Toyota. Visit Compare2Toyota.com to see Toyota deals not seen on TV. Fister's first one. It'll be downstairs, ball one, and we're underway.
It's amazing how things change. You got Doug Fister on the mound. We're hoping this is Fister night. That's how well he's been pitching. You know, some of the games that he's pitched, like not that many starts, but he's had a little trouble trying to find his way the first inning.
He had a couple of starts recently where he allowed a run in the first inning and nothing after that. The rest of the game.
Oh, he spots that fastball. You know he's got the good curveball, but fastball sets everything up.
2-1. Facing Marcus Semien here, who's 1 for 10 lifetime against the right-hander. Matt Joyce on deck. Tried the breaking ball outside. Does like to establish that curve very early.
And this is the one he tries to obviously throw for a strike. He's not trying to.
Roped but foul.
I mean, obviously he's not about velocity. You know, 91. Little sink here and there. Move it in and out.
Base hit to right. Semien right between Pedroia and Moreland for a single to get started tonight for Oakland.
Well, he's seen enough of these fastballs. He was quick on the first one. He pulled foul. He waited back nicely. Ball middle. Shoots that ball into the hole. Semien, he's one of the few guys that could run on this team too.
11 stolen bases for the leadoff man. That'll send up Matt Joyce, the left fielder.
I mean, these guys don't run a lick. You're talking about 55 stolen bases.
Yes.
They just go bridge. Like, this guy's had a nice year for them.
Matt Joyce 23 homers. Does have 1 in his career against Fister. In fact, that's his only hit in 12 at bats. Semien off the bag, decent lead, not running. It is a completely calm evening. The wind will not be a factor in this one. But a very pretty night here. Can you get over the Cleveland Indians? This is ridiculous.
It really is. It's got to that point. You don't want to take anything away from them. They're playing Detroit. Detroit's not the same team, but that doesn't matter. They just have, you know, everybody they play, they get ahead and they never lose the lead. I don't think they've ever been behind. It's not like they have these great comebacks.
Starting pitching has been spectacular. That's in there for strike 3. Joyce frozen. First K in the book for Fister tonight.
How about that? 0-2 fastball middle. I think it might be a little two-seamer that comes back, but just freeze him. That's a cross-seamer. Middle. And he's backing off like the ball's inside.
I think he's looking for something else. Every time a Sox pitcher strikes out an A's batter, Lexus will donate $50 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. That'll send up Jed Lowry. 274, a dozen home runs. He's been a doubles machine this year.
He really has. I think the record for their team is like 47, and he's at 44.
Semien again skipping back in. Fister has not allowed a home run to the last 113 batters he's faced.
I didn't say it.
This is a home run club. Semien was thinking about going. That sneaks in for a strike right on the edge. 0-2.
That's a good one. That's the two-seamer that, you know, you're going to have a little back front door cutter on it. Going backwards a little bit.
Chris Davis on deck. That's Chris with a K. Another big home run hitter. And the single most dangerous guy in their lineup. Oh, 2. Good stop by Leon.
He's got a lot of ways to go at you. 6'8". The curveball, the little cutter, two-seamer, good changeup. But the curveball, to me, is his put-away pitch.
And Lowry may see one here on 1-2. Semien holds, and it's inside. Back with a two-seamer.
He's trying to find that inside corner. See everybody backing away from it.
Ground ball usually big for him when he's effective. Gets a lot of double plays.
Got a nice move too. He really does for a big guy.
Two-two to Lowry. Runner holds. High deep drive, but foul. He started the ball game last night, first inning, with a double off the center field wall. Jackie Bradley went leaping up for it. Jackie hit his head and his shoulder hard against that wall as it bounced off the fence. He's good to go tonight.
Fisher almost threw it. He threw him a hanging breaking ball. Tried to hurry up. Sometimes you got to see how he hits and goes. He doesn't take long, man. He's like borderline.
He didn't get the corner on that one.
I mean, he pauses, just barely gets by with a pause.
Watch Semien now at first base, one down. He runs. That's a base hit, hard hit. Mookie Betts has to race. He went diving, can't get it, gets by him. A run is in. Semien scores. Lowry rounding on his way to third, and they stop him there as the throw comes in.
Well, that's a type of ball down the line there that could be an inside the Parker if Lowry could fly. Runner running on the play that scores easy on this. This is a bullet down the line there, and then you see Betts tries to cut it off. You never see this, a headlong dive trying to cut that off, and it's going to take a while for him to get up and go get it, and he knows he better hurry up. Lowry's going to stop at 3, but an RBI triple there for Lowry.
Semien powering home to take the lead, 1-0 for Oakland. And it's a triple and an RBI for Lowry. So on consecutive nights, an extra base hit against his old mates in the first inning. Here's Davis moving back. 240, 39 homers. He's driven in 101.
Well, infield end. The A's have had a hard time getting the guy in from third.
Certainly a fly ball guy, but a big strikeout guy too.
186 on the year punch-outs, but those are big numbers.
It ties Jack Cust for the second most in athletics history.
I remember him.
He was all or nothing. Little pop up here. Pedroia has to race out, can't get it. It dunks down. Another run is in. With the infield in, he could not make the play. It's 2-0 Oakland.
How in the world do you possibly get a hit on this ball? There's no way. Only because the infield's in. This ball barely, look at him get crunched on this. Ball barely makes the outfield grass. I mean, full hack. This is a guy with serious power. I don't know what you call that. A dork, just a thing, an ugly thing.
A dying quail.
Yes, just ugh.
He'll take RBI number 102, however, bringing in Lowry. Certainly not the start Doug Fister had in mind tonight. 3 hits against him already.
And this Olsen here, he is trying to leave Earth, which he has. Hit 9 home runs the last 14 games. This guy, sick.
He's got 17. Runner on at first base. That one tagged deep to right field, racing back Mookie Betts. That ball gets out of here. It's into the bullpen for a 2-run shot by Olsen.
Guy dorks a ball off you for a base hit RBI, and the next guy goes yard.
Number 18 for Olsen. And an ugly start here for Fister.
Yeah, back-to-back curveballs, and wasn't a great one. This kid doesn't miss it. Just doesn't miss it. Curveball for a strike is what that is. And I'll tell you what, they go a long ways. Curveballs might go longer than fastballs. Just sort of jumps off his bat. This kid's got legit power.
So just like that, 4-0 A's. And Chad Pinder, the batter, 241 with 14 home runs. Got jammed big time there. That one crowded him.
I mean, this is what the A's did to the Astros this past weekend, scoring over 40 runs in 4 games. You can see how.
Well, it's one thing their offense can do, huh? Hit the long one.
They've hit 39 jacks the last 20 games.
And the 0-2 to Pinder. Still only one man out. Now Fister coming off a 6-1 victory over Toronto. He went 7 innings, 4 hits in the entire game. He's already allowed 4 in this inning. Gave up 1 run. He struck out 9. He's very sharp.
Well, if there's a team they're going to give up 4-2 in the first and have a chance to win, it would be the A's.
1-2. Red Sox are facing a pitcher tonight in Jarrell Cotton, who has an ERA near 6. A ball and 2 strikes on Pinder. Already a long inning for Fister, 28 pitches. Two. Softly hit. Pedroia gets him for the second out. Fister's going to have to face at least 7 Oakland A's here in the first inning.
Well, he got burnt with his curveball. That cost him.
Brings up the catcher Maxwell, 243 with 3 home runs. He's been a very good defensive catcher. Hasn't made an error in 63 games. But not so much with the bat. He's a catcher you can run on too. 1-1 on a number 7 hitter. 4-0 Oakland. And strike 2. Began with a base hit by Semi and a triple by Lowry, a single by Davis, the home run by Olson. And the Sox already 4 runs in the hole.
Little bump in the road here, a big bump in the road for Fister. A lot of pitches first inning. You're the one that said he hadn't given up a home run.
In 113 batters until he gave up the 1 to Olson. A check swing. Imagine that string was bound to end at some point. You figure against the Oakland A's.
Yeah, sooner or later.
Chance.
You have to predict that. That's high fastball.
And a 3-2. A wave and a miss. He struck him out. That's a long inning for the right-hander. Red Sox with work to do, down 4-0. Up down 4-0. Here's a look at the lineup brought to you by Toyota's website for deals. BuyAToyota.com. Xander Bogaerts will lead it off, hitting .270. Then Dustin Pedroia and Andrew Benintendi. Mookie Betts is in right, up to 87 RBIs. Moreland at first. Hanley Ramirez the DH. Devers at third. Sandy Leon does the catching. And it's Jackie Bradley in center field, hitting ninth against the right-hander Jarrell Cotton. He's 7-10. High ERA near 6. 25-year-old out of the Virgin Islands. And he's been pretty darn hittable. Xander to test that theory right away.
Got a fastball low 90s, throws cutters to right-handed hitters, and I think his best pitch might be his changeup.
And they say kind of a Bugs Bunny changeup. Here's the 1-0. Toward the shortstop. Semien will gobble that up. One away.
The Oakland A's defense tonight, they are last in the American League with 113 errors in 144 games. Around the infield, third to first, Matt Chapman at third. Semien at short, Jed Lowry at second, Matt Olson at first. Out in the outfield, left to right, Matt Joyce in left, Boog Powell at center, Chad Pender in right. Behind the plate, Bruce Maxwell catching Jarrell Cotton.
Dustin Pedroia coming off a really nice night. 3 for 4, scored 2 runs, drove in another. So he's up to 309 with 7 homers. He has a 25-game hitting streak against the A's.
Well, last night he got 3 knocks, didn't crush any of them in particular. Kind of shoved one out to right, shoved one up the middle. He'll take it though.
Well, for him, they always seem to fall in against Oakland. Deep short, stumbling play, Semien, but he's not going to get him, and that'll be a base hit. So make it 26 in a row against the A's for Dustin.
Tonight you see him pull the ball, gets a high fastball, pulls this ball in the hole. He's trying to throw a ball away, leaves it high middle. He yanks it in the hole there. I think if Semien could have got his feet underneath him, balanced, because he's got a pretty good arm, he couldn't get anything on it. Base hit.
Benintendi to climb in at 274, 19 homers, 79 runs batted in for Andrew. Red Sox trying to get a couple of these runs back right away.
Well, Cotton's given it up the last couple starts. What, 6 home runs, 3 each game the last 2 games, 27 on the year.
In for a strike. Cotton pitching with a heavy heart, though. His home island of Tortola in the British Virgin Islands was wiped out by Hurricane Irma.
Wow.
He says back home it's a total disaster. The whole town has been wiped out. He said thinking about it is always on my mind. Virgin Islands strong. You can see it right there on the cap. Never faced the Red Sox before tonight. And the 1-2 is high. The Red Sox, of course, are headed to St. Petersburg in the Tampa Bay area, just struck by the hurricane. Friday could be a very unusual day in terms of fans getting to that ballpark. It's fouled away by Benintendi. Talking about Tropicana Field.
Talking about like nobody coming to the ballpark or what?
Well, you know, the traffic lights are all out. They were as of today. And that would be chaos around Tropicana Field if there are no lights working, and traffic could be absolutely chaotic. So, you know, there had been some discussion, I know, that maybe that game would be played in an empty ballpark.
Right. That's
for
what
that
I was
reason.
thinking.
Because of safety concerns. Where that is at this hour, we don't know, but baseball has been in constant discussions with the Red Sox and the Rays about that weekend series. Now on a rope down the right field line, hit over the corner. That's a fair ball. Caroms back to Pinder, Pedroia into third and into second. Benintendi.
Boy, you're just thinking stay fair right there. He got a ball that he could turn on, ball down a little bit. You're hoping he can lift it and wrap it around that pole. See him set up down and in. Boy, he got right to that fastball down and in his little happy zone there. And then you're saying stay fair, and it does. Hits the bottom of the wall about 305 feet away. Double there for Benintendi.
Got to figure that Andrew Benintendi on several occasions in his career with the Red Sox is going to hook a few down that line.
Oh, yeah.
You know, past the pesky pole.
This is great for the Red Sox to answer right here.
And a right man at the plate. Mookie Betts, though, to trickle to third. The throw will come to first base and get Mookie as the run comes in to score. Dustin Pedroia touching home plate. Red Sox on the board. That'll make it 4-1.
Well, Matt Chatham thought about going home. He really did, and that would have been the wrong play. Up 4-0, you get a ground ball to you. You're going to see him think about it. And he said he thought better, and he got the out. Second out at first, but an RBI there by Betts. After 6 RBIs last night, boy, he's getting RBIs in a hurry.
Up to 88. Moreland now 248 with 18 homers, 68 runs batted in. Well, you get that second run in, would make all the difference. 4-1. Moreland last year hit 22 home runs, 18 so far this season. Last year he drove in 60 runs. He has 68. And Cotton with a 1-0. Popped him up. Back of home plate. Maxwell back toward the netting, and he's got it. He makes the catch as Moreland pops it up. Man stranded at second. 4-1 Oakland. Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, a check of over $4.2 million from last month's WEEI Nesson Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon was presented to Larry Lucchino. And among the dignitaries on the field for the presentation were Tom Werner and Sam Kennedy, and Nesson President and CEO Sean McGrail, and Nesson coordinating producer. And, you know, really, this was a wonderful, wonderful time for all of us involved with the Jimmy Fund here and around the country, and indeed around the world, with a spectacular job. Everyone concerned, I think, could be very, very proud of what occurred this year.
Yeah, and Larry Lucchino's involved. In fact, after all the years here, he's went over to the Jimmy Fund, hasn't he? And that's why he had the check.
Yep, big check. Yeah, Matt Chapman to lead things off here. Red Sox down 4-1 after an inning. Boog Powell on deck, and then Marcus Semien, who started it with a base hit. And Lowry with a triple, and Matt Olson with a 2-run homer. And Doug Fister was quickly behind 4-0. Red Sox have gotten one back. And the 2-1 is high and tight.
Well, he's just trying to make pitches. He can't be living over the middle of the plate with that fastball.
Really labored in that first inning. Fly down the right field line, headed into foul territory. Mookie can't get to that.
Tomorrow, 12:30. Don't miss Red Sox first pitch presented by Joseph Abboud. Available at Men's Warehouse. TC and Lenny DiNardo will preview tomorrow's starter Drew Pomeranz.
Pomeranz going in at 15-5. 135 first pitch. That will be the end of the homestand. Two and a high bounder. Bogarts will cut that from in front of the bag. He gets him. So Chapman grounds out, one away. And Boog Powell is next.
Man, you're waiting for some big old dude to come up here, Boog Powell, and then you see this guy. He's not a little guy by any means, but the Boog Powell I know, he was a stud. Played with him a couple years back in Cleveland back in the day.
Nice man, isn't he?
Yes.
Now I've had a chance to consume some of Boog's barbecue down there on Utah Street in Baltimore. I mean to tell you, that's the real deal.
Oh yeah. And Boog has a lot going on in the Key West. I'm just thinking about what's happening down there. I'm sure it's affected him.
He could hit some shots. This guy is a hot hitter right now. His last series, he went 7 for 13 against Houston. In there for a strike, caught him looking, and down he goes.
Man, he can make some left-handers just give up on that fastball in. We saw it with Matt Joyce, a pitch right down the middle. This one's not right down the middle. It's a four-seamer, but it's on the inside corner. All these left-handers jackknife out of the way.
Every time a Sox pitcher strikes out an A's batter, Lexus donates $50 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. Now facing Semien for the second time. He singled first time up and would score a run. And snapped an 0 for 10.
Pounding 2 balls inside. Back in there again.
2-2. It's been the pattern lately, hasn't it, with Fister? Fall behind early, and then lock in right after that.
Hook.
A lunging tapper to third. Devers. And it's a 1-2-3. So he's following the same script. 4-1 Oakland. Source for Red Sox tickets from bleachers to boxes. Ace has the lowest prices. Treat yourself for someone special to tickets to a game. Visit aceticket.com now or call 1-800-MY-SEATS. Bottom of the second, 4-1 Oakland. And Ramirez is trying to keep from dipping into the 230s. Swings at the first pitch and pops it up. And Olson in fair territory. The first baseman makes the catch. One man gone. Let's go down to Jemai.
Thanks a lot, Dave. Just more on Jarrell Cotton. You guys talked about him being a native of the Virgin Islands. Well, he's trying to raise $20,000, and he started a GoFundMe page, put up $5,000 of his own money. So far in 3 days, they've raised $12,000. As you know, Hurricane Irma hit the islands, the British Virgin Islands, as a Category 5 hurricane. He posted some pictures on that GoFundMe page. You can see the devastation is just very bad. He says he plans to return after the season to help in the rebuild, using his platform in a very positive way. Again, $12,000 of the 20 that he's seeking already raised on his GoFundMe page.
Okay, Jemai, thank you very much. 25-year-old from St. Thomas. A lot on his plate these days.
You would think that MLB would be involved with all of this. I'm sure they're making their donation.
5'11", about 195 pounds. Been on the DL a couple of times this season as he fires in a strike on Devers. Early in the season, he was on the DL with a blister issue. A lunging pop-up. He had Devers off stride there. First baseman again, Olson, for his second catch of the inning. So 2 away. Time now for our Granite City Electric poll question. Do you like that the 2018 Major League Baseball season will start in March? Text 1 for yes, 2 for no. Text or answer to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply.
Yeah, more than anything, start somewhere where the weather's good. I don't care. Start in April as long as it's in a dome or somewhere warm.
For the Red Sox, that's going to be the case.
It's going to be a dome and somewhere warm.
Exactly. Starting in the dome at Tropicana Field and then moving to Miami.
Right.
Hey, you got to do those games. I mean, you can really work on that tan as Sandy Leon gets in there.
Goodness.
I know you tan safely. Opening day at the Rays. Home opener against the Rays April 5th here.
A lot of Rays the first month. I was checking that out. There's always somebody. Remember this year it was Baltimore a lot early.
Boy, a ton.
Wasn't it? Too much of them.
Yes.
Yes.
Got pretty hot.
Yes.
Although looking back on it, it was a lot of fun. Wasn't it?
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
there's a lot to talk about. Line shot. Cotton has that.
How about that?
To Rob Sandy Leon.
You gotta smile.
1, 2, 3 go to Red Sox. Our tools of the trade presented by DeWalt FlexFold. How about this play?
How about these tools? This is sort of defensive. This ball caught him, didn't it? Boom. You stick your glove out. Got a smile out of him.
DeWalt FlexFold, the official power tool of the Boston Red Sox. How many times you do that over the course of your huge career?
Not that many times, but a
we
few.
Just stuck the glove out and it was there?
Oh, totally. It's just defensive, especially if it's head high. Just put your glove up and hope it goes in.
24 years, I believe.
It happened a couple times. Yeah. More times off my leg than in the glove.
And those you remember
yeah.
for weeks. Well, underway here in the third inning. Pfister settled down after a rocky first inning. Got him 1-2-3 in the second. Taking on Matt Joyce here. He whiffed him in the first. Lined into center. Jackie Bradley will not get to it. It falls in for a base hit. So Joyce aboard to begin the third in front of Lowry.
He's playing fairly deep, and the ball sounds like he hit it harder. Falls in front of him. You think Jackie's going to catch everything. He finally had to pull up.
5 hits already against Pfister. One of those a triple by this man, Jed Lowry, down the right field line in the first inning with a run scoring on the play. And Mookie Betts attempted to dive and cut it off, and he couldn't get to it.
Man, you never see that, do you? Mookie Betts diving. He didn't know what to do. He really didn't. Because think about it. What's the chances there? He's trying to cut it off because he'd have to chase it down anyway. He just took a shot at it.
Got it to do over again. It probably
play it off way back.
Off the wall, yep.
Let it go all the way around.
Slicer foul by Lowry.
I mean, look at this play. Mookie says, I'm going to try to attempt to dive. I mean, you got to like the effort. He almost got there. But dude, that comes once in a long while. You see the cutoff there. If he could have run, I thought Lowry could have had an inside the Parker.
2-1. Jed with a 5-game hitting streak and some extra base hits in there.
Well, he had a lot of injuries when he was with the Red Sox, didn't he?
He really did. And a devil of a time staying healthy. He's hit 12 home runs. 10 of them have come off right-handers.
Yeah, that's where the pop is, from the left-hand side. That's why last night batting right-handed, hitting that ball over Jackie Bradley's head. Kind of a shocker.
Got a piece of that one.
Oh, he wasn't trying to throw it there. He's trying to throw that ball, that little two-seamer inside, left it out over. Hasn't got enough hair on it to throw it blown away.
Lowry has missed 152 games over the last couple of years because of injuries. When healthy, he can rack up some extra bases. Looking back at his career with the Red Sox.
Tough team to break in with is what it is. You talk about some good teams.
Joyce on at first, nobody out. 4-1 Oakland. Little floater foul. They are making Pfister work very hard for outs.
Boy, he's filling up that strike zone with very hittable balls, but good at bat here by Lowry. Trying to get this ball inside. Kind of leaves it again.
Trying to put away Jed Lowry with a 2-2.
For a team that doesn't run very much, we've seen a lot of pickoffs.
And Joyce is not a speed merchant, but
fast enough.
4 stolen bases. Not running here. And he fouled that one away, barely making contact. Runner at first base. Joyce had no idea what happened there. He's only now getting back.
What do you think? Is it a wild pitch?
I don't know what he was
what
thinking.
are you doing?
He stopped halfway down a second and was like, what happened?
I know. You lost sight of it, or what's going on?
I'll tell you, it was a very strange foul ball because it went up and over the head of the home plate umpire, Wendelstadt. He barely made contact on it. Unusual.
Boy, he's making him work. You got 61 pitches already. Big first inning, a lot of pitches. He doesn't need another one.
Lowry's second in the majors with 44 doubles, a breaking ball in the dirt, and runner back to first. That was the 10th pitch of this at bat.
That curveball, he wasn't going to hang it in the dirt. Nice block. Big pitch right here. Change up. Not quite yet, but he looked like he nodded yes. I like that. See if he goes change up again. Yep.
Runner goes, and that one's smoked toward the wall. Racing back Benintendi tried to deke him, but it's high off the monster. Into third base, rounding now is Joyce. The throw comes through, and he left it behind. Leon didn't hang on. Another run in. That makes it 5-1 Oakland. Goes diving back in there. Joyce safe.
He went back. He thought he got it to begin with. He wanted to make darn sure, but you see the throw from Jackie Bradley all the way in from center field. You know, this ball's off the wall. I thought there's no chance at it for home plate. And look at this throw. He just heaves this thing on one hop. I think Leon tried to hurry up and catch the ball and tag him at the same time and just didn't have enough time. And you see if he tags the plate here. I thought he did. Yeah, sure he did.
Yep. And another double for Lowry, who has 2 extra base hits. So Pfister not fooling them tonight. There's a lot of home run, a triple, a double.
What a tough out Lowry's been. Both times up. And this time he takes a changeup off the wall.
And quick activity in the Red Sox bullpen. That's Heath Hembree. And a 5-1 Oakland lead. As mentioned, the Yankees have already won today. Indians won again, 21 straight, but the Sox are down again by 4. And here comes Chris Davis, an RBI single for him in the first inning. He drove in his 102nd run with that RBI hit.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Fisher's been on such a roll the last 4 starts. You can't pitch any better than he did.
But tonight's been a labor.
Yeah, it really has. Just not sharp. They're trying to paint, you know, trying to hit corners.
Davis, number 2 in the American League in home runs. A little tapper up the middle. Past the bag. Pedroia has to go to first base. Gets the out there as Lowry moves on down to third. Well, now until December 15th, you can choose one of the 4 free upgrades when your contractor installs Harvey windows or patio doors. Visit installharvey.com to learn more. Here's Olsen. He's already done damage with a 2-run homer into the bullpen in the first inning. The infield coming in. That did not help the Red Sox cause when Davis blooped a single to right field. Now they're going to walk Olsen.
Looking for a double play ball here.
Bring up Chad Pinder. So they'll be on at first and third with 1 away. Double play in order. Pinder, another guy with decent power, 14 homers. And Pfister gets it by him for strike one.
You got to be careful with this kid. He's got serious pop, this kid. You wouldn't think so by looking at him. But remember this. Oh, my goodness. This was an all-timer. Look where this ball ends up. My goodness.
483 feet at the Coliseum. Series was a bit of a dark time for the Red Sox because they lost 3 of the 4 games there and would fall 4.5 games out before a big time recovery.
Yeah, they were scuffling. That's as bad as it got, I think, this year, although it was early. Pfister, 2 good pitches here to Pinder inside, just tying him up again.
Jammed him there. Pedroia goes for the runner. Got him, throws to first. Safe. Lowry in.
We've seen Pedroia make that play before, but the runner just wouldn't let him tag him. Olson did a nice job. And he is safe. Olson did a nice job just not letting him tag him. Just long enough so Petey can't turn it. When he finally does, he hasn't got enough time to flip it. You see him almost tag him with his glove and the ball's already in his hand, like an empty glove tag.
So no challenge, and the A's on top 6-1. And Melvin.
What is this, like an empty glove? That's what I'm getting at. He didn't have the ball in his hand.
His glove. Right.
Right? It's interesting. Because I was amazed that he even threw it so quickly before making the tag.
Now Melvin is out and talking with the third base umpire and the crew chief, Joe West. We got to check if this is something that they can challenge.
Is this what they're talking about? It's got to be, right? Watch. The empty glove. See, he pulls the ball out. See, the ball's not in the glove. But he's out of he's in the infield grass. He's out of the baseline.
It's got to be something you can't challenge.
You don't see that very often.
So you can't challenge that. That's the reason he came out to talk with West. And that call anyway holds up, although a run does score on the play.
Pfister made such a good pitch, jammed him, big time jam.
Maxwell, he got jammed there, picked off by Moreland. Back to the pitcher to retire the side, but Pfister's issues continue. 2 more runs in. The A's lead it 6-1. $1,000 Choose Your Ride giveaway. Grand prize winners are guaranteed Saturdays in September. Earn entries all month long only at Plainridge Park Casino. Come in and experience the only casino in Massachusetts. The Sox are down 6-1 here in the third. So hole to dig out of against Jarrell Cotton. Red Sox seeing him for the first time. Jackie Bradley, .257 with 15 home runs. He'll be followed by Bogarts and Pedroia.
Boy, just enough gas there. He's thrown 94. Doesn't look like it, but it's getting up there. I think he's kind of a two-pitch pitcher. Fastball, changeup. We saw the same thing last night with Manaea, wasn't it? Sort of a.
Yep. We talked about the changeup being his best pitch, and he puts away Jackie on that. His first strikeout.
Well, I'll tell you what. He followed up that 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Look at that thing. It's kind of a screwy thing, huh? A little mixer he turns over. It's kind of a unique changeup. You don't see that every day.
1 out. Xander Bogaerts is 0 for 1 after 3 hits last night. He was 3 for 3 with an RBI.
There's a breaking ball. Something about giving somebody a 5-run lead, making them feel good.
Hit 95 on that one. For every RBI by a Franklin Family Batting Glove member, Franklin Sports donates to the Red Sox Foundation's RBI program to help revitalize baseball and softball in our inner cities. Franklin Sports, proud member of the Red Sox Foundation and Major League Baseball. Line down the left field line. He hooked it into the corner. That's a foul ball.
Boy, he didn't leave home plate. He just sort of one-handed that ball. It's a changeup. Got him way out front. Made solid contact with it. Couldn't be fouled by that much down the line. And that little gate over there.
Xander's talked about that hand that got drilled down at Tropicana Field, feeling much better in recent days. 0-2. He would not chase it. Xander's played 10 games here at Fenway against Oakland, and in those games he's hitting .436, and he scored 10 runs. He's done some damage against them here at Fenway. 2-2.
Yeah, he doesn't throw his changeup to right-handed hitters quite as much as left-handed hitters. Curveball cutter to right-handers.
One down, 2-2. Floated foul.
That's how you make mistakes. You're trying to throw a ball down away. You throw it right down the middle. It's got some hair on it, though, so get away with it.
He'll give up the home run now. He's allowed 27. Base hit to right. Xander going the other way, and when he's feeling good, he does a lot of that.
Well, that's him. He's a two-strike hitter, to say the least. One of the best in the league. He gets a ball. Look how high this pitch is in his eyes, and he just drills it into right field. Used his hands.
Pedroia next. Dustin with a base hit first time up and scored the Red Sox run. Tied a season high with 3 hits last night. He's done that 6 times. As mentioned, now 26-game hitting streak against Oakland. Pedroia, one of the toughest men to strike out in all of baseball this year. And he lines that shot into right. Bogaerts wants third base. Pinder up with it and lob it in. Xander goes diving headlong into third anyway, and the Red Sox have runners at first and third. Pedroia with 5 hits over the last 2 games.
Yeah, Red Sox doing their thing. Pedroia using the whole field. We've seen this. Bogey gets this fastball in his eyes, 2-strike fastball in his eyes, and just throws his hands at it, hits at the right field, and look at this little cutter down the way. This is a tough pitch. He stays with it, flicks it into right field. Bogey's on his horse, first and third, 1 out.
Benintendi doubled down the right field line his first time up. 1 for 1. 1 down, 2 on. He looks at a ball. Rookie trying to pick up his 80th RBI. That's Bogaerts at third. Good eye there as he takes 2 pretty close ones, 2-0.
See if he challenges him here with a fastball. Yes. Oh. Man, what do you got here? Cutter?
High fly ball twisting into left center field. Powell backing up. Back to the wall. Leaps, can't get it. Bogaerts will score. Pedroia down to third and will stop there. And Benintendi slams his second double of the ball game.
Boy, this took a long time to get off that wall. You see the flag. It's moving a little bit. This ball carries. Boy, I tell you, this is a beautiful Fenway stroke. He gets a little cutter here. Look at this thing spinning on the outside corner. Not that bad a pitch. I didn't think he got enough of it, but he drove it. Look at that. Drove it just out of the reach of Boog Powell there in center field. Goes for the leap. That ball's way out of his reach. No chance. You see Joyce backing up there. Holding Pedroia. Pedroia's not really running all that good. He's got to kind of jogging, waiting to see if it's off the wall. He gets the third. There's no way he's going to score on that, but what I'll tell you what, Benintendi, this ballpark's playing to him right now.
Might be for a while.
Yes.
80 RBIs for Benintendi. So a 6-2 game with Mookie Betts, who drove in number 88, coming up here. 1 down. Mookie coming off quite a night. 3 for 5, a triple, 2 homers, 6 RBIs. Going to do some damage right here, and takes a ball.
I'll tell you what we've been seeing the last couple nights. Everybody hitting the ball middle of the field the other way, which is a great sign. Nobody's trying to crank, even though Mookie went bridge last night.
Cranked twice.
Cranked twice, but I'm talking about they had 16 hits. They did it a lot all over the field.
Yes, really spread it out. The crowd coming to life a bit. Another one downstairs for ball 3. Moreland on deck. They're going to get their bullpen moving around, the A's are. Here's the 3-0. Taking all the way in a strike.
Boy, he had the green light. You know he did.
Betts with 3 homers and 9 RBIs.
Man, you got to be anxious here
on this homestand. 3-1, and he walked him. That's going to load up the bases. Liam Hendricks is warming up in their bullpen quickly now. One thing the Red Sox don't have this season, they are the only team in the majors not to have a grand slam.
Perfect.
Moreland 0 for 1. He's popped foul to the catcher. He's on top 6-2, but only the 3rd inning. Ball 1. He really does like his changeup.
Oh, he loves it.
Career with the bases loaded. Moreland likes it a lot. He has 2 grand slams. Some guys just know how to calm down when the bases are loaded. They do not get over anxious. He may be one of those guys, like Manny Ramirez. He could keep it calm. 1-1.
Well, he's staying back. He knows he's got a great changeup. He knows that. He's late there on a fastball.
Pedroia at third, Benintendi at second, Betts at first. Oh, popped him up, twisting toward the boxes, and that is going to make it over the top of the netting.
Well, he got away with a changeup that was just right there. Had hit me all over it. Check this out. See how he turns it over? Look at the thing spinning like that right there. Takes a big hack at it. Maybe just up a little too much.
It's fortunate he did not pop up for the second time. First time caught by the catcher Maxwell.
Cotton's fortunate he didn't hit the ball out of the ballpark.
Yes. All loaded up with 1 down and a 1-2. Cotton with a lot of soft stuff, change-ups and very slow curve balls. Anthony Ramirez waiting his turn. Red Sox trying to creep back into this thing.
Pressure's on the pitcher.
Yeah, Moreland has 3 home runs against the A's this season. Ground ball to first. Olsen taps the bag, coming home now, going to need a tag, and he's going to be out.
What a play.
And a double play. Moreland hits into a twin killing here, and the Red Sox have to settle for the 1-run 6-2 A's. Double play.
I'll tell you what, you see the pitch sequence, you know, you got that changeup, starts him off with it. Fastball, he's a little late. Then that changeup right there, he missed it. That was the pitch. And then the curveball he spits on. You got 2-2 here, low changeup, and you don't see this every day. Unassisted there by the first baseman, throw to home. 3 unassisted, 2. You don't see it. Just that's some tough luck there by the Red Sox. Tonight after Red Sox coverage on NESN Sports Today, we'll save you time and get you up to speed on all the news, including previews of Boston Bruins training camp, which opens tomorrow, and hear from Tom Brady at Gillette. NESN Sports Today is presented by People's United Bank. See what know-how can do.
The Red Sox have to feel like they should have a couple of more runs on the board. 6-2 Oakland. A couple of opportunities in the first and again in the third where the Red Sox didn't get much. Pfister looking for a fast inning. Mac Chapman here, and then Boog Powell and Marcus Semien.
Well, you think you're going to get 3 or 4 that inning, and then a play like that.
It's a heady play by Olson.
Oh yeah, but very unusual. You just don't see it.
Not many 3-2 double plays.
You're thinking you better throw it before you tag the bag because you're not going to get everything. But because they're winning by 4 runs, that's what makes him be able to take a risk there.
That's
Don't
in
you
there
think?
for strike 3. I believe it. Pfister's pitching line. As you get a look at Fernando Abad, the left-hander loosening in the pen. Red Sox have already had 2 guys warming up in that pen. Heath Hembry earlier. So here's Powell. He whiffed looking in the second. Semien on deck. 6-2 Oakland. Jam shot to Dustin Pedroia. Up and over. 2 up and 2 down.
Boy, he's gotten the guy's kitchens, hasn't he? A lot of weak ground balls.
Semien 1 for 2 with a base hit. He scored one of the 4 runs in the first inning when they jumped on Doug Pfister. And through there for a called strike.
Semien had a tough time coming over in the trade from the White Sox. Made a ton of errors at shortstop. Remember, they didn't know what to do with him. He's gotten much better.
Yeah, he has settled in. He was really bad.
Really bad.
Roller but foul.
He's got some power. Missed a lot of time this year with the injuries, but he hit over 20 home runs last year.
Well, Pfister into the 80s here with 2 down in the 4th inning. The next pitch will be his 84th. He has had to work hard. 2-2, and that one flying into left field, backing up Benintendi. He'll make the play on the warning track over the shoulder for the 3rd out. 3 up and 3 down for Oakland. Historic Plymouth, Mass. has a limited number of fall memberships available. You can join a private club for the fall at a great price and play a truly great golf course. Go to PlymouthCC.net for details. Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien, and Jemai Webster with you at Fenway, bottom of the 4th inning. Red Sox trying to get something brewing here against Cotton, the right-hander. Andy Ramirez 0 for 1. He's popped up to 3rd. Then it'll be Devers and Leon. Sox had the bases loaded with 1 down last inning, could score only 1 time.
That took him 5 shakes to get to the changeup, the first pitch of the inning. He loves that thing.
It's 5 more than Chris Sale in the last 6 years.
Isn't that the truth? Hanley going at it, huh? Woo.
Pomeranz going tomorrow. We'll see Chris Sale over the weekend against the Tampa Bay Rays. And in there for a strike. 1 and 2. Sox have 5 hits. Have had some pretty good swings off Cotton. And that not among them. Down he goes, strike 3. And a catcher on to first to complete the whiff. So Hanley is 0 for 2. Let's get it back for our social stretch to the studio. Here's Casey.
Here's some great news. Last week we told you about 7-year-old Haley Dawson. Due to a rare disease, she was born without 3 of her fingers. But with her 3D printed hand, she's totally unstoppable. Her goal to throw out the first pitch at all 30 major league parks and set a Guinness World Record with most first pitches. Forget about half the clubs already extending the invite to her. She's taken it all the way to the top. Haley will be throwing out the first pitch in Game 4 of the World Series. You go, girl.
Wow, indeed.
Why not?
Thanks, Casey. What a great kid. Devers 0 for 1. He's popped up to first base. Red Sox trail 6-2. Cotton's a guy who's been giving up quite a number of hits in 119 innings before tonight. 126 hits, a staff high 77 earned runs.
It's the home runs, though, that have eaten him alive.
And 27.
Cotton's the kid that they got from the Dodgers in that Rich Hill deal. Remember when Rich was here, he ended up signing with the A's. And even with the A's, he had some blister problems, but he and Reddick went to the Dodgers. Was that last year? It had to be last year, right? Yeah, because Rich Hill ended up playing so well for them. Got a 3-year deal out of the Dodgers.
Been a key man when he's been healthy. The 1-2.
But that's how they got Cotton.
Rich Hill became a very firm believer in spin rate.
Yeah.
With his breaking ball, assortment of breaking balls, in particular 2-2. Right up the middle, but there's Semien to gather. 2 down. The most popular way to follow the Red Sox postseason push is with MLB.com at bat. The #1 mobile app for live Red Sox baseball. Download MLB.com at bat today. The 2 away, it'll send up Sandy Leon. Sandy was unlucky first time up. He had a pretty good liner up the middle that caught right on the mound and denied him a base hit. Sandy on a homestand, 1 for 13. He could use a hot stretch at the plate.
Neither one of these catchers gets a long stretch of catching games. They just sort of each divvy up these games.
Socked foul.
Sandy's sort of a personal catcher, obviously, of Sale. And then he teams up again with, who's this other guy he always goes with? Is it Porcello? Because as it turns out, Fister has never has the same catcher. It seems like every other game he's got a new catcher.
Right. 1-2 off speed downstairs. Nobody on base, 2 down. Red Sox behind by 4 runs. They have had bullpen activity for Oakland. Not at the moment. Back in the 3rd inning they did when he was pitching himself into some trouble. Bogart singled, Pedroia singled, Benintendi doubled. They walked Betts before Moreland hit into that unusual double play with the bases loaded. Another one popped up. Quite a few of those tonight. Chapman heading toward the plate. He'll make the catch. The Red Sox very quietly in this inning go 1-2-3. Red Sox World Championship game number 145 of 07. The Red Sox would lose to Tampa Bay 1-0. Scott Kazmir, remember him? Tossed 7 shutout innings, one for the 12th time. Curt Schilling took the loss while pitching 6 innings of 1-run ball. The Red Sox going to make a change on the mound. Fernando Abad comes on in relief of Pfister, who did not pitch along in this one. Just 4 innings, 6 earned runs on 6 hits, including a 2-run homer by Matt Olson in the 1st inning.
Well, he's going to have to be perfect after that first inning with 4 runs, and pitch count kind of got him. But we're going to see Abad again, the man, the ethos man, the man with the ethos. I can't help but say it every time he goes out there.
Well, that's what it is. I mean, you're talking about a 55-mile-an-hour changeup he can throw for strikes. It's entertaining. Meanwhile, it's Hembree warming up for the 2nd time in the Red Sox bullpen right behind him. 5th inning, 6-2 Oakland. The Red Sox do not recover in this one. That lead will be 3 games going into tomorrow afternoon. Yankees did win today, 3-2 against Tampa Bay. Matt Joyce 1 for 2 with a base hit and scored a run in the 3rd.
Where he has so much confidence in his secondary stuff, Abad, because it's not like he doesn't throw that hard. He's got, what, 92? He can maybe 94 occasionally. But that changeup, that's not the slow one, but that's a good one.
Yeah, that's the fast change.
That's the fast change. There you go.
81.
Look at that thing, little split. Just doesn't get there, but that 55 one is ridiculous.
Oh, 2 to Joyce.
See, he slips that thing up there, 94.
Joyce with pretty good power. He's hit 23 home runs, and 22 of them have come against right-handers. Two-strike pitch again to the number 2 hitter, Jed Lowry, on deck. Jed has been trouble against his old team. Tonight with a triple and a double. He had a double last night. Temperature around 71 degrees. Beautiful night here. Tried to wait on that, and he floated it foul. There's a 68-mile-an-hour changeup.
I mean, that was it, but it's just a little faster. But that was it. I don't think he can control exactly how fast that thing goes, right? Look at that. It's like, it's not like he chokes it. He doesn't choke it. He just, I don't know how, he just cuts it off. You don't have any leg drive when you throw that, I think. You just sort of toss it.
Right. Wrapped into the shift, and Dustin Pedroia from short right will get Matt Joyce. Time of the carrying the freight moment, brought to you by Old Dominion.
Yeah, the first time up he got, I think, a fastball out over the middle of the plate. You're seeing he just roped that ball down the line. Ended up being a triple, an RBI triple. And the next time he got a changeup, went down there and got it. Hits it about halfway off the wall. RBI double by Lowry, but he's been using the whole field.
Old Dominion,
nice year.
Old Dominion is the official freight carrier of Major League Baseball and the Boston Red Sox. So yeah, 2 for 2 tonight, 2 extra base hits. Very solid year for Jed. Lowry with 45 doubles. He's second in the majors, behind Ramirez of the Indians. He's also done a nice job defensively at second base. He's never been much of a range guy, but he's making all the plays on the stuff hit at him and around him. Number 2 in fielding percentage at second base in the American League, behind Dozier of Minnesota. 2-1.
What new? 2-0, little breaking ball. He doesn't give you a fastball when you think it's coming. Fastball count ever.
In there to make it 2-2. Came back with a curveball. Well, that Indians team is the talk of baseball, aren't they? And they're winning primarily on starting pitching. They're scoring some runs, no question, but their starters have been off the hook good.
Yes.
In there for strike 3. Lowry's going to complain at home plate umpire Wendelstedt, but he is rung up, and they're 2 away. Let's go to Jemai.
The Red Sox pitching staff could be getting a boost soon with the emergence of David Price working his way back from the disabled list. He tossed a 3-inning simulated game today. That was the second time that he's done that. Red Sox manager John Farrell says that he's pitching with good intensity. They got to sit down now and map out a role for him moving forward. He was then asked if Price would be a starter before the regular season wrapped up. He said that might be a little aggressive with just 18 games going in the regular season. Now, Price says he just wants to pitch, though, telling us inside the clubhouse that the DL is not for him. We have seen him in a reliever role during the postseason in the past, and that's not out of the realm of possibility. That can be the job he has now moving forward as we near toward the end.
Yeah, he's done that very successfully, in fact. Seems like it's moving that way, right?
Yeah,
toward the bullpen.
Toward the bullpen. Because think about it. How many starts you have to have? You don't just have one start, and the next thing you know, your next start is a playoff start. I mean, come on. You've got to get revved up for about 100 pitches 3 or 4 times in a row to get the ball like that.
Chris Davis here, an RBI single and a tapper to second. Stay tuned after the 3rd out of this half inning for the mid-5th studio show with Adam and Casey. Davis with 39 homers. He's driven in 102 runs. But you hardly hear anything about him. Pedroia right in front of it, down on a knee. And another good frame by Abad. He gets him 1-2-3. Time to turn it over to Adam and Casey for the mid-5th studio show. ridiculous anyway, but without key guys like that.
But how about a trade to get Bruce, huh?
Yes.
Because, you know, for Indians, that said a lot because they don't normally go out and spend money like that.
You know, figure 21 in a row. Maybe the offensive numbers would be far superior, but look at the starters' ERA.
It says it all.
And not to mention the bullpen. But,
yeah, I know.
All of their pitching has been ridiculously
But they got a lead, like today, 3-0, and they hold it.
Doesn't hurt to play the Tigers a lot.
Oh, yeah, they're lambs. Absolute lambs.
But give all the credit to Tito and the Indians. What a roll. And the American League record. Now they're going for the all-time record of 26. Jackie Bradley leading things off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Red Sox with a 4-run deficit against a pitcher with an ERA of 5.82 coming into the ballgame. Figure he might give them a chance, and actually has on a couple of occasions, to get right back in it with both feet.
Well, he hasn't got the greatest command. He just doesn't. I mean, he misses with his fastball. He's all about that changeup.
Jackie has 20 RBIs in 20 career games against the Oakland A's. That includes 2 6 RBI games.
Yeah, last year. Hit a slam, all right? That's what he did.
Yeah.
That's that series we talked about last night. They just buried him. 3-game series, 13 runs a game, whatever. It was crazy.
2-2 from Cotton. And a high fly ball down the right field line. But he's going to push this one foul. Xander Bogaerts on deck. Sox are sitting there with 5 hits. The A's have 6, including a home run by Matt Olson.
Or a series against Seattle Mariners that one weekend that maybe was that last year or the year before. I mean, they just, I've never seen anything like it.
Torches that one to right field. Racing back Pinder. Gone. He's at it again against Oakland. Well, he beats him up. 16 home runs for Jackie.
I got your changeup right here. Is that what that's all about? That's the changeup that he threw Moreland with the bases drunk that he got away with. Well, I get that if there's a time to not get away with it, would be nobody on. Jackie takes advantage of it. Look at this high changeup. Almost the same spot as Moreland, but he gets on top of that thing and drives it out of here. Boom. Changeup goes a long ways.
The Red Sox have been getting good swings off Cotton. For every Red Sox homer this season, Speedway donates $500 to Boston Children's Hospital. You can stop by your local Speedway, pick up any size fountain soda or Speedy Freeze for just 69 cents. Joe Kelly took a shot at it. Kind of. Remember, Joe was the guy, talking about basketball skills, who made that almost 90-foot basket down at Florida Gulf Coast during spring training. Remember that?
I thought it was a fake thing.
No. He hit that. That was legit. What do you think?
I'm a sucker for it.
They edited it? That's what you think they did?
Imagine that.
3-0 in there for a strike. No, he made that shot.
He's quite the athlete.
He's a really good athlete. Just can't jump 14 feet. Red Sox have cut it to 6-3. And that'll be ball 4. So Xander's on for the second time. Get expert emergency care without leaving the ballpark at the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, the first aid station at Fenway. Beth Israel Deaconess is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. Visit BIDMC.org.
This is where you're trying to hang on a young pitcher like this, 5th inning, trying to get a W. Lead off dinger and then walk somebody, which is sinful almost.
Hendricks and Colomb now throwing in the bullpen. Give you a look at Cotton's pitching line, brought to you by Lexus. Inviting you to see, hear, feel, and experience amazing. Pedroia knocks a foul. He's had another good night. 2 more hits. Pair of singles. So Pedroia now batting .312.
Boy, he hasn't skipped a beat. You know, he misses what, 3-4 week, whatever it is, and average climbing. 5 hits the last 2 nights.
Benintendi on deck. Pedroia now with 718 career RBIs. He's passed Frank Malzone for 15th in Red Sox history. He's 2 shy of Mo Vaughn for 13th place in Fenway history. That is rolled foul. He's driven in 32 runs in his last 35 games. Bogart saw him with a run in. Jackie Bradley just drove himself home. Crowds him again, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, he has no, you know, his fastball, he's trying to throw this in, and he really hasn't had any command over his fastball more than anything else. We know he's got the great changeup, made some mistakes with that.
Jackie Bradley can speak to that. Here's the 2-2. Oh, he got him.
Oh, he got his best one.
He struck him out with that change. 1 man away.
I'll tell you, this is a good one, isn't it? This is a very good changeup. It just stops. Absolutely stops at the bottom of the strike zone.
Red Sox have been getting hits tonight. They're looking for the big hit with men on base. Benintendi has doubled twice. Drove in a run in the 3rd inning, but the Red Sox, even though they loaded the bases with 1 out, settled for that 1 run. And a ground ball to Lowry. Second one on the first. They turn the double play. So that will do it. The Red Sox get 1 run. Jackie Bradley, he touches the ball number 16. It's a 3-run game here at Fenway.
Casino, TC and John Valentin will preview tomorrow's starter Drew Pomerantz and update the American League pennant races.
You'll have tomorrow off, and John Valentin will be joining me in the booth for the finale of this series.
Yeah, I just saw him about an inning ago. He's all fired up about it.
Is he? How can you tell? Really?
I could tell.
How can you tell?
I could tell because he's never done it. I said, don't worry about nothing. I said, it's easy. This game's easy.
It's
the broadcast,
easy.
Everything's easy.
The broadcast stuff is easy.
Don't worry about it.
Well, Jerry Remy misses 3 months, right back into the groove again. It's easy.
But I've been there. I know. It's just, you know, it's kind of anxiety provoking.
Yeah. He'll have a great time.
Yeah,
I guarantee he'll have a great time.
Well, you'll take care of him.
I will. You know I will. On to the 6th inning, 6-3 Oakland. Abad staying on to pitch to Olson, who's been a factor in this one, a 2-run homer in the first. Red Sox walked him intentionally in the third. It's a quick night for Doug Fister, who has not had any of those recently. He's been pitching brilliantly. Coming off a series of 9, 7, 7, and 7 to shut down performances. Not the case here tonight. Doug knocked around to the tune of 6 earned runs in 4 innings. And he's on the hook right now. A little ways to go yet. The 1-1 and to hit him. Olson struck by the pitch. He will take his base to start the 6th.
Well, I guess he didn't want to leave this ball out over the plate, so he buried it inside, and that's enough for Abad.
Yeah, Hembry's going to be brought in to take on Pinder. So John Farrell will make the move right here. And we will take the break as well. The right-hander coming on. Red Sox trailing 6-3, 6th inning, and we'll have more from Fenway right after this. Red Sox baseball on NESN is sponsored by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Oakland with a 6-3 lead here in the 6th inning. Leadoff man is on. Doug Fister removed from the game. Here's his pitching line, brought to you by Ace Ticket.
That's all about that first inning more than anything else. A lot of pitches. Home run ball, which we hadn't seen in a long time, off of Doug.
84 pitches. Yeah, it was a struggle tonight.
It just was, and he's been keeping the ball in the ballpark.
He'd gone 113 consecutive batters without a home run and gave one up tonight. Hembry, been used a lot, 59 appearances now. Has been very reliable. Will face Chad Pinder with Olson on at first, who's just hit by a pitch. Pinder tonight with a couple of ground balls. One drove in a run on a fielder's choice in the 3rd inning. That was on that unusual play That one smoked off of Devers. There's Bogarts, but it'll go to second for the force play. How about that? Now that one you don't draw up in spring training.
No, you do not. Now I'll tell you what. Devers is like just lucky to just get out of the way. He's trying to pick this ball. Almost, it did eat him alive, but he got a piece of it. He got a piece of it. Came up, hit his shoulder. You see the heads-up play there by Bogarts. Olsen took forever to get to second base, but you see the ball pop up like that. Nice little play. Easy out at second.
And one gone. Pinder becomes the runner at first base. That'll bring up Bruce Maxwell. He struck out and grounded out. And Red Sox into the third pitcher of the evening. And the 0-1. Leon came up to gun but did not throw.
Kind of took that strike away from him. I mean, if he held that thing, it might have been a strike. Ball's up a little bit. It doesn't look like one, but he's not going to get that when he comes up firing.
Maxwell hitting .333 his last 13 games. They called him up from AAA in June from Nashville. Made his major league debut a year ago. He's been a pretty good hitter in the minor leagues. Ropes that one down the right field line. Mookie has to give chase. Kind of dies in that corner. Here goes Pinder. They're going to wave him in. He's going to score standing up into second base. Maxwell has an RBI double. 7-3 Oakland.
Well, they're taking advantage of the hits that they drill. I'll tell you, everything they hit hard is an RBI. He's going to get a cutter on the inside corner. Ball stays right there. He rifles that ball down the line. That's a great pitch for a left-handed hitter to do some work with. And once he gets it down the line, Mookie can't get to it soon enough. Pinder runs pretty well, scores on the play. Fumble there by Petey.
So another run in brings up Matt Chapman, the third baseman. He's 0 for 2. Only one down in the inning. Went for the downs and he came up empty. Not many household names with the 2017 Oakland Athletics act.
But this kid right here, Chapman, he's going to be a good player. First round draft choice, got some pop. I don't think he'll ever cut that swing down. Maybe a hair.
He came into this one with a 6-game hitting streak.
Made some nice defensive plays last night. A couple balls hit hard at him.
And at second, here comes the 1-1. Went fishing on a slider. It's Barnes loosening in the pen.
Trying to keep this club from adding on. You want to have a chance to win this game. That's how you win games. You know, add on one here, one there.
1-2 coming. And he popped him up, foul back out of play. Red Sox will play tomorrow afternoon right here at Fenway and then head to Tampa Bay, technically St. Petersburg, Florida, to take on the Tampa Bay Rays. And a weekend series. Sox are 9-7 against them. This will be the last meeting, these last 3 games with the Rays. That one goes all the way to the backstop. Heading into third base is Maxwell on a wild one.
Well, you're not expecting a fastball to be yanked so far. I mean, the replay here, it doesn't seem like he could have got a glove on this ball, but no chance.
So a runner at third. The infield coming in now for John Farrell with only one down and a 2-2 to Chapman. Another one down in the dirt. Sandy couldn't find it for a moment, but no advance by Maxwell.
Now that's a slider he's expecting to go down there. That's a good block. Not quite sure where it is, but
and a 3-2. A wave and a miss, and he got him. He strikes out Chapman.
You go back here to the first inning, we're going to see the bad inning by Pfister, and this is how he got. Oh, excuse me. This is the slider that did big swing by Chapman right there. Can't cut that thing down. Amica Insurance, great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, or life insurance.
Here's Boog Powell. He has struck out and grounded out. 2 down. Yankees will be hosting the Orioles tomorrow. Tomorrow evening in game 1 of that series. That's in there for a called strike. The Yankees are 9-6 head-to-head against them.
See what Baltimore's got left. They just sort of fell off the map here. What, lost 5 in a row? Winning tonight.
Actually lost 6 in a row.
6 in a row.
8 out of 10. Yeah, they're really kind of shooting themselves in the foot as far as the wild card goes.
They just don't play good on the road at all. Not as bad as Oakland, but pretty bad compared to their home record.
They really are. 27-44.
I mean, really.
Always thought the Orioles were a bit of a pretender as far as postseason hopes. High fly lofted into left field. Benintendi backing up. He's got it to retire the side, but another run up there for the A's. They're now on top 7-3 in the middle of the 6th. The electric poll question. Do you like the fact that the 2018 Major League season will start in March and not in April? And pretty close to even, 53-47. We're loving the idea that it begins in the warmth and sunshine of Florida for the Red Sox.
That's what we want.
Mookie Betts about to lead it off. Liam Hendricks out of their bullpen in 62 appearances. He's 3-2, 476 earned run average. So Cotton went 5, and he can pick up the victory.
Cotton made it for 5 to get this W, but he's going to need a lot of help.
Betts, Moreland, Ramirez. Mookie going after the first one, a mile-high pop, and looks playable. First baseman there, and Olsen puts it away. So Mookie is 0 for 2 with an RBI tonight. Now Moreland coming up. He hit into a rare double play with the bases loaded.
Oh, play of the game. You don't see it very often. Moreland, you unassisted at first, throw to home, got Petey. Petey doesn't run all that well either. That played into it a little bit, I think. But good throw there on the run by Olsen.
So Moreland 0 for 2. He's also popped out to the catcher. Base is empty for him here.
Hendricks with the big arm. He's been around the block. Not having that great a year, but the strikeouts are there. You know, way over a strikeout an inning.
Sneaks that one over the corner at 94, said Wendelstadt. Hendricks from Perth, Australia. And fought off foul last year with Oakland, the year before Toronto, the year before that Kansas City. He's also pitched for Minnesota.
And he's been around the block all right.
Pitched in a World Baseball Classic a number of years ago with Australia.
Been around the world.
And back again. And the Ramirez on deck. Here comes the 1-2 to Moreland. You're just joining us. The A's blew up for 4 runs in the first inning tonight, unexpectedly, against Doug Fister, who'd been pitching so well. It's really been the big story of this ball game. 2-2. They added 2 more in the third, another run in the 6th inning. Jackie Bradley is homered for the Sox, but not a lot to write home about yet. And a 2-2 to Moreland. Down the left field line, but he sliced it foul. Now back in the first inning, Fister got off to a rocky start.
Yes, he did. 3-2 fastball there to Simeon. Shoots the ball the other way. No big deal, but then fastball, and you see Lowry clean that out for a triple over the out of the reach of Mookie Betts, and then the curveball. This was the killer. Olsen, 10 home runs in 15 games.
You said something that is almost never said. Out of the reach of Mookie Betts. The dead away center field, way back there, and that ball is high off the center field wall. It bounces back past Powell, and it'll be 2 bases for Moreland. Sometimes it's when you get your hits, right?
Well, Mitchie 2 bags, man. We used to see a lot of this at the start of the year. Look how strong he is. You know, he stays back on this ball, breaking ball, and he stings it. Look at him. He just drives that ball. That's not even in full extension, but he came out of the box like it was gone. He really did, and this ball drills the wall about, missed a home run by just a couple feet.
It's a swing he wanted back in the 3rd inning, right?
Oh, yeah.
He'll take the double here. He's 1 for 3. Now Hanley's average has dropped into the 230s now, 239. A pop-up and a strikeout tonight. Trying to get hot. He's been up 4 times in his career against Hendricks. He has 2 hits. Sox again trying to climb back in it. Down 7-3. Devers on deck. 96, but too low. The A's have actually been among Hanley's best teams to face. 323 lifetime against Oakland. Fly ball to center field, but this will hang up for Powell. Back to second. Moreland. He's going to stay right there. And there are 2 down. Attention, Red Sox Nation. There's a reason why the Red Sox and the rest of America run on Dunkin'. Dunkin's iced coffee is consistently smooth and delicious. Dunkin' Donuts coffee, #1 in New England. The Boston Red Sox run on Dunkin'. Devers tonight has popped up and grounded out. 0 for 2. Moreland at second base. Red Sox still have an interleague series left against the Cincinnati Reds. Cincinnati's a great baseball town. It's also an excellent restaurant town.
I wouldn't know that. I haven't been to Cincinnati all that often. I was only in the National League for a couple of years.
You gotta trust me.
All I know is that ballpark's a bandbox.
Yes, oh, it is. It's a little launching pad. The new place. Big swing and a foul tip. Oh and 2. Leone on deck. The 0-2 pitch. Devers sitting at 295 with 8 homers. Hendricks 1-2 pitch. Hit toward the hole, but cut off by Lowry. That's all for the Red Sox. Nothing comes of the double. It remains 7-3 Oakland. get an all-access look at the Bruins as they regroup for the 2017-18 season. See behind-the-scenes footage from the off-season trip from the NHL draft, and also the Bruins trip to China. Catch it all on the season premiere Behind the B tomorrow night at 7 on NESN. And groundskeeper Dave Mellor was just out there with his iPad with the umpires a moment ago. I wonder if there may be some weather in the area. So far tonight's been a beautiful evening, but you never know. Here comes Barnes now to the bullpen. His 64th appearance, 6-3, a 3.90 ERA. He'll get the top of the order here in the 7th. 7-3 Oakland.
Hasn't really found himself in the mix, Barnes, really, for relevant innings.
Semien 1 for 3, a base hit and a run in the first inning. That's when the A's got 4 and took control of the game. Red Sox have been playing catch up all night. Here's the 0-1. Semien has faced Barnes 3 times. He's 0 for 3, 2 Ks. And the right-hander's 0-2. Tomorrow afternoon, Drew Pomerantz on the hill against Daniel Gossett, who's a right-hander. That'll wrap up the homestand.
Wow, look at that. Out of the glove. Staying alive. That's what that is. Fastball away. Look at this. If he misses that ball, he looks awful.
One, 2 coming. And he pops it up into right field. Betts right there. And Mookie has the grab for the first out.
Tomorrow, 1 o'clock, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by DCU. TC and Lenny Donato will take a look at the amazing Indians winning streak. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you?
One out, Matt Joyce the batter, 1 for 3 with a single. He scored a run in the 3rd when they added 2 more. Red Sox in the bottom of the 7th inning will have due up Leon, Bradley, and Bogarts. Looking to cut into this lead. Hits are even at 7. And the 0-1. Well, that's a gentle wave and a miss.
Couple of funky swings this inning. One from Semien, and this, you see this curveball, he just half-hearted swing.
Barnes looking for 2 fast outs in the 7th. Did not get it on a breaking ball. And the Red Sox coming into tonight in their previous 6 games had gone 5-1, and really it had been starting pitching as much as anything responsible for that, because the staff ERA was 2.
Yeah, it's hard to play catch up. I don't care who you are. Starting pitching always sets the tone.
It's done it in this Indians winning streak. Gone more than 3 weeks without a loss. Punch foul.
I mean, nobody's gotten knocked around. Nobody. Bullpen, what? We saw the numbers. Bullpen 1.2 something. It's crazy.
Indians today won their 90th game of the season. They are 90-56. They've gone right by Houston for that top spot in the American League. Upper foul.
You know, we saw Clevenger. He didn't look all that good. And then the guy that surprises me is Bauer. I mean, he's been on a roll. What's won 9 in a row?
He's different.
He is different. Yes, he's the kid that plays catch from 350 feet.
He's got that javelin that he brings out, you know, and shakes it.
Yes.
In like an hour before the game to loosen up that arm. He does some unusual things.
But he's got it going on, man. This guy throws 95, got a hook from hell, and he's dealing.
I believe his dad's an engineer, so he came up with a lot of these different ways to train.
Yeah, they just let him be. That's what they do. I mean,
well, Terry Francona has. You know, other guys have kind of gotten in his face and tried to change him, but Tito kind of lets him be his own guy. And it's worked out.
As long as you don't tear your finger up on a drone like he did last year.
In the playoffs, before the playoffs.
Right.
3-2. Fly ball into right. Lazy fly from Mookie Betts. 2 down. Saturday, it's an all-new on-course with Andy Brickley. Brick hits the links at the Plymouth Country Club. Back-to-back Stanley Cup winning coach of the Pittsburgh Penguins, Mike Sullivan. The Marshfield native talks about playing for BU in his time with the Bruins. Don't miss this and more. An all-new on-course with Andy Brickley. Saturday afternoon, 4:30 on NESN. Brought to you by Foxwoods Resort Casino, the official resort casino of the Boston Red Sox. Steve Carell, the comedian, the actor, lives in Marshfield.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. Stevie Tyler.
Yeah, I knew that. He lived down there, right?
Joe Castiglione.
Yeah. Hall of Fame Joe.
I lived there 12 years.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
When you were a kid?
A Marshfield kid. Pride graduate of South River Elementary School. Had a great second grade teacher, Miss Camison.
Why was she so great?
She was phenomenal.
Uh-oh.
Here comes the rain. Just great with kids.
Why do you remember her so well?
I don't know why.
Yeah,
but don't we all have teachers that we remember and we're like, we'll never forget them?
I remember a pretty one when I was in 3rd grade.
I figured you would. Hot shot, a base hit through the hole. So Lowry is at it again. He's had a couple of good nights against his old team. Tonight, a triple, a double, and a base hit.
Man, he can hit. He's used the whole field. And here comes the rain. How about this? Curveball, he hits in the hole. Playing him to pull a little bit. Stays on it. There's a lot of hits over there when they play to pull. Curveball, he hits in the hole. He hit a changeup off the wall. He hit a fastball down the right field line. He's done it all.
Now we're being told, according to the radar, that this will pass quickly. Here's Chris Davis. Base hit for him in the first inning. He's gone 1 for 3. Red Sox trailing 7-3 in the top half of the 7th. Fans looking for cover. This came on pretty suddenly. Drops in a changeup for a strike. A good crowd here tonight on this Wednesday evening. Some of them getting wet. The 1-1. Knocked foul. Think Energy powering Fenway, the best choice, the smartest choice to power your home. Visit thinkenergy.com to enroll today.
Well, he hasn't struck out tonight yet, so he's due.
Average is better than 1 a game. Barnes trying to put him into the K column. Fouled off to hang in there.
I'll tell you, make a mistake with this guy, he's just not afraid to let it go. He just airs it out. I thought that fastball was right by him.
You pointed out last night, for a guy with almost 40 home runs, he's not real big. He's about 5'11". That's compact.
It's like the bat swings him. Once he gets it going, he can't stop it.
1-2. Grounded foul. Now the pace of the rain has really picked up.
Nice pick.
Umpires right now are going to play through it. They're really opening up now. A stoic Joe West. 1-2. Foul tipped into the mid. You guessed right. Struck him out. One man left. 7-3 Oakland. Break. Here came the grounds crew to cover the diamond, and the rain, which we are anticipating will stop, just kept getting harder and harder, was not letting up. So the umpires decided to pull the tarp and delay play here in the 7th inning, middle of the 7th, with the Red Sox trailing 7-3 against the Oakland A's. So we will be in a delay for a while, and we'll see what comes of this storm that we're being told would pass pretty quickly. We certainly hope that's the case.
Well, the thing about this, you know, Oakland comes into town and you're thinking, well, you know, we're going to sweep them. You know, it's easier said than done. And they, you know, they could run into some things, and they did in the first inning. You know, from a guy that hasn't been giving up anything. Like we said, hadn't given up a home run in, what, 113 at bats. And in the first inning, right away, you know, they 3-2 pitch there to Simeon, base hit, and then another 3-2 pitch there to Lowry, and he rifles that ball down the line. Crazy seeing Mookie Betts diving for it. Then a hanging hook, and that cost him. That's 4 runs right there. And you're, you know, in a hole. I don't care who this is. And it's Oakland A's. They go deep. And then Bradley trying to get something back, gets a changeup with nobody on. A little solo job there. Change up in his eyes, and he takes it out of the ballpark. Just 1 run. That makes it 6-3. They're trying to creep back in this thing, but the A's keep adding on. They added on another run, and now it's 7-3.
So we are currently in a rain delay, and of course, as soon as we can get you more information on the weather and a restart time, we will pass that along to you. Right now, 9:29 East Coast time, so we are in a delay with the Oakland A's leading 7-3 in the middle of the 7th inning. For Dennis Eckersley and Jemai Webster, I'm Dave O'Brien. Again, stay tuned right here to Nessa. We'll be tossing it back to the studio. We'll have an update for you as soon as we can on the rain delay. Right now, let's toss it back to TC and John Valentin. Ball in just a couple of minutes to get this thing resumed. Game currently in a rain delay, no longer raining. We knew this would be a quick shower, and it was. Actually, a little bit surprised that they pulled the tarp over the
so am
diamond.
I, yeah. But could have been worse.
Going to be very brief. Daniel Colom is coming out of the bullpen, the left-hander for the A's, who lead at 7-3. They got 4 of those runs right away in the first inning, 2 more in the third, solo run in the 6th inning. Red Sox getting single runs in the 1st, the 3rd, and the 5th, including a home run by Jackie Bradley. 8 hits for the A's. Red Sox have been held to 7. Neither side has committed an error. Jarrell Cotton got the start tonight for the A's, and he's in line for the win.
See Colom there. He's had a decent year for them. You know, talking about a team that has an ERA close to 5, but he's decent amount of innings for a left-handed. Right in between being a 1-inning pitcher, 1-out pitcher.
So the rain delay was 18 minutes. And Sandy Leon will lead things off here. Sandy is lined to the pitcher and popped up to third base. And the 0-1 pitch.
The Oakland A's traded away a little of their bullpen. Traded away Matson, right? And they traded away Doolittle. They're doing their thing with the Nationals now.
That's a good ball club there in Washington, isn't it?
It really is. I think they've got the right mixture, that pitching staff.
They became the first team to clinch a postseason spot. 88 and 56 the Nationals, as Ryan Dole gets going in their bullpen. What has marked that Nationals team is they're a very good road club. Popped up, back out of play. Washington 45 wins and 27 losses on the road. It can be quite tough in the postseason. Jackie Bradley on deck. Yankees did win today. They beat Tampa Bay 3-2. So if the Red Sox do not come back tonight, it's going to be a 3-game lead going into play tomorrow. Ground ball behind the bag, foul ball.
Hey, the team on the road that's played well is the Houston Astros. 20 games over.
They really have.
So it's not necessarily an advantage, that ballpark, that bandbox that they play in.
Houston with a 14-game lead over the Angels in the American League West. Really been some runaways this year, haven't there?
Yeah, there really was. And now a little catching up.
Thought the Dodgers would win about 120 games at one point.
That's a team. The team that doesn't want to go home after one game would be Arizona. That'd be a shame, because they've had probably the biggest surprise year out of anybody in the big leagues.
A lot of Red Sox folks are quite happy for Torey Lovullo, who's done a great job managing that club, and Mike Hazen, who's the general manager, both from the Red Sox organization, of course. 3-2 rip, but foul. Arizona going into play tonight, 83 and 62, in line for postseason play. They're underway against Colorado in the first inning, no score. All the talk around baseball is on the Cleveland Indians, though. They had a huge crowd today.
Yeah. Well, last night 24. Today, what, 29? I don't even know what they hold there, but you know, that's a place where they had that long consecutive sellout streak, right? For many years back.
Yes, they did.
What was that? The 90s or early 2000s?
I'd say that was into the 90s. Yeah.
Yeah, because when they first opened.
It was known as Jacobs Field back then.
Right.
Now
Boy, they had some
Field.
great offensive teams.
Oh, man. And Manny was part of that.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a little bit high for ball 4. San Leon beginning the 7th inning after the delay by taking ball 4. CVS Health is investing $50 million over 5 years to extend their commitment to helping people lead tobacco-free lives and move us one step closer toward a tobacco-free generation. Learn more at cvshealth.com/be-the-first. Jackie's already homered in this one. Number 16, solo blast in the 5th inning. 1 for 2. Rolling that one foul for strike 1. Bogart's on deck. Yeah, remember those Indian teams. Mike Hargrove was the manager.
They never could find an ace, right?
Good pitching, not great pitching.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Charles Nagy types. They tried Oral Hershiser for a while, but at the end of Oral's career, of course, at one time he was a great pitcher. Albert Bell in that lineup. The speedy Kenny Lofton.
Oh, yeah.
Carlos
they had it
Baerga.
all.
Yep. They had some players, man. Jim Thome.
Yep.
Omar Vizquel.
But you're thinking about players. I mean, the everyday players, it says the pitchers don't pop to your head, do they?
No, they
just don't. All I know is Mesa had the ball in his hands for the World Championship in Miami.
He
right?
did. Yeah, I was there for that.
Right.
I called that game.
Sacrifice fly, tied it. And who won it?
Edgar Renteria won it.
Yes.
Lowry down for it. Flips into second for 1. That's all to get. Edgar Renteria drove in Craig Counsell with a base hit in Game 7 in Miami. There were about 75,000 people there because it was a football stadium.
Right.
But man, was it loud. Melvin out to take the baseball away. He'll go back to his bullpen and bring on a right-hander to face Xander Bogaerts with 1 down. And it'll be dull coming on, and we'll be back with more in just a moment. On sale right now. New plans will include access to potential 2017 postseason games. For more information, go to redsox.com/season tickets. Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien with you. Jemai Webster as well. 7-3 Oakland here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Red Sox trying to put something together. Ryan Dull makes an appearance. Right-hander.
Little sinker slider. Nothing overpowering.
In his 2nd year. It's not gone as well as his 1st year when he had a 2.42 ERA in 70 appearances.
What a nice year he had last year. Can't count on it.
Bogarts will be the batter. He's 1 for 2 with a single. He's also scored a run and taken ball 4. The Red Sox have attempted to get more than 1 run in any inning. They've been shut down, and this one's popped up. Here's Powell in on it. 2 away.
Don't miss WB Mason Extra Innings Live right after the game. TC and John Valentin will break down Doug Fister's start. Whatever, whenever, wherever, who but WB Mason.
Here's Pedroia. Petey with a couple of hits tonight, a pair of singles, leaving him still firmly in the 300 range, 311.
He's got this kid in his book. He's hit a home run off of him. 1 for 2 with a jack.
Seven runs on 8 hits for the A's, 3 runs on 7 hits for the Sox. And tonight is 17-minute rain delay. Afternoon baseball tomorrow at 1:35. Drew Pomeranz going after his 16th win. Drew's talking about his own maturity and the difference between the kind of pitcher he is now and what he was, even though he was an all-star with San Diego. And he said, you know, I was kind of a one-pitch guy with the Padres, but now he feels like he's a lot more versatile, can mix it up. Yes, the great curveball is there, and that's always going to be there. But he's mixed in his other stuff. He's become a more complex guy to face.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, we've had games where, you know, we always said that, you know, it's all he was is fastball, breaking ball, but he mixes in that little cutter, change-ups here and there.
Yep. He's blossomed into one of the better pitchers in the American League. 15-5, a 3.35 ERA.
I saw him come out of the bullpen with the A's several years ago. Kind of opened my eyes a little bit. He's throwing hard out of the bullpen. Closed a couple games for them late in that one of those seasons.
He was in the bullpen in the postseason for the Red Sox last October. It's not going to be the case this October. If the Red Sox get into postseason play, he's in all likelihood going to be the number 2 guy.
He's kind of in uncharted territory, right, as far as innings is concerned.
1-2 to Pedroia. Lined up the middle for a base hit. Boy, another 3-hit game for Petey.
You throw a ball in his eyes, he's going to get a knock. That's as simple as that. Look at this fastball. This fastball is chest high almost. Look at that. He gets on top of it. Line drive, base hit, center field. This is no big deal for Petey. Plays right to him.
He's 3 for 4 for the second night in a row. So the Red Sox trying to put some runs on the board. They have not had one inning where they scored more than once. That's got to change if they're going to make a dramatic come from behind victory here tonight. That'll send up Benintendi. Andrew with 2 doubles. He's also hit into a double play. Jackie scampering back, but no one cut in for a throw.
I mean, I am locked into the hitter. I am not thinking about the guy on second base. You give up a 3-run jack here, you're in trouble.
No, that would make it a 1-run game. Benintendi with 19 bombs. Pedroia at first. Jackie Bradley at second. Chris Hatcher, the righty, warming in the bullpen for the A's. 1-1. Red Sox also with activity in the bullpen. Boyer and Reed hoping to enter in a much closer game. Mookie Betts waiting on deck. Dull in no hurry to deliver the baseball. Here's the 2-1. Grounded right to Lowry. Hit right at him. And that does it for the Red Sox. They fail to score in this inning after 7. 7-3 Oakland. By Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Franklin Sports, the official batting glove of Major League Baseball. The all-new Amstel X Light. Grab the 90 cal 2-carb great tasting light beer. McDonald's any McCafe bakery muffin with any size hot or iced coffee, just $1.99. Amica Insurance, great service, great coverage, and a great price. And by Ford Trucks, built Ford Tough, the official truck of the Boston Red Sox. Now the rain has come and gone. A very brief shower and a short delay. Red Sox will dip into the bullpen again. Here comes Blaine Boyer.
He has pitched in a lot of situations like this year for the Red Sox. Way ahead, way behind.
In this case, a 4-run lead for Oakland. Olsen cracked a 2-run homer into the A's bullpen in the first inning. He has since been intentionally walked and been hit by a pitch. That's really a mixed bag for a hitter, isn't it?
What's that?
Home run, then an intentional walk, and then he gets drilled.
Yeah. It's on base.
3 times. Help that OBP. Pinder on deck, then Maxwell. 2-1.
He's got his own style, though, doesn't he? I mean, you don't see too many guys come with their hands out in front of the body so far. I mean, he'll get into the hitting position at some point, but
out of Atlanta, Georgia. Made his major league debut last year. Fly ball into left center. Benintendi moseying over for the catch. 1 man gone in the 8th. Red Sox fans, for the final home games, you can bring the whole family to Fenway with a family 4-pack. With 4 tickets, you get 4 Fenway Franks, 4 fountain sodas, courtesy of Aramark. For tickets and more information, visit redsox.com/family 4-packs. Last 4 games will be against the Houston Astros. As Pinder hits a ground ball foul. Could be one of the real oddities of the baseball season for both the Sox and the Astros. They're going to play each other the last 4 games of the regular season and then possibly
play 5 more.
Play 5 more in the postseason.
Or they could be fighting over who's going to play Cleveland.
Correct. Pinder with a wave and a miss, and it's 0-2. Sox will also have Toronto on that last week of baseball, and that's a very good thing, the way the Red Sox have beaten up on the Blue Jays. And before that, the Cincinnati Reds in Cincinnati. I don't know if I've mentioned what a great restaurant town that is. And that's the schedule coming up.
Well, you're ready for that Thursday night, aren't you?
We've got a Thursday night. We're going to dine our Nesson crew. And if you were with us, you would be invited.
I would have paid for it, but I'm not going to be there.
Bet you would have. You're a very generous guy. Just send that credit card care of Mike Narachi at the Westin. Cut on and miss. He struck him out. So Pinder down. And
what do you know? High fastball, swing and a miss. That's where all the strikeouts are. Right up top.
Stay on top of the latest Red Sox news with Nesson's free Red Sox text alerts. From breaking news to in-game alerts, Nesson will make sure you're in the know. To sign up, text Red Sox to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply. Maxwell now. He has an RBI double. He got that in the 6th inning. He's 1 for 3. We are in the 8th inning at Fenway. One more game to go on the homestand tomorrow afternoon. Ripped down the line, hit it for the pesky pole, and that ball is foul.
Whoa. Didn't sound all that good, but you don't have to hit it all that good down the line. They'll let you know.
You'll see it sneak behind that pole.
Who's the guy you were talking about that has the strikeout record for the A's? Jack. Remember you were talking about?
Jack Cust.
Yes, and I remember that guy, don't you?
I do.
He walked all the time too.
He
punched out or walked.
You one of the
or go
other.
bridge.
Yeah,
he had some pop.
Yep. All or nothing, pretty much.
He was ahead of his time. He wasn't he?
He was, and Adam Dunn was.
Yes. Adam Dunn walked too, right? I mean, his on base was up there.
Took a lot of walks.
202, 40 jacks,
200 strikeouts.
200 strikeouts.
And I've been told by probably no fewer than 15 major league players, one of the funniest guys to play the game.
Is that right?
Hilarious.
Why isn't he on MLB or something? Like the mayor.
Maxwell down on strikes. Good frame there for Blaine Boyer. He got some 1, 2, 3. First 12,000 fans in attendance receive a Red Sox gym bag presented by CarMax. For more tickets and information, you can visit redsox.com/promos. Bottom of the 8th, 7-3 Oakland. Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien, Jemai Webster with you. Red Sox have been unable to get any sustained offense going tonight against a succession of pitchers. They will get Hatcher into the ball game now. Chris Hatcher's 15th appearance, 3.29 the ERA. And Mookie Betts will try and change it. He's gone 0 for 2 with a walk tonight, coming off 6 RBIs last night, 2 homers.
A lot of guys you just haven't seen before. Mookie's never seen Hatcher before. Nobody has, just a couple guys came over from the National League.
Mookie 2 home runs, a triple, 6 RBIs last night, his 10th multi-home run game. The only other Red Sox with 8 or more multi-homer games before they turn 25 are Jim Rice and Ted Williams. Fine company, Hall of Fame company.
Rice gets more play now because of Mookie, right? Every time Mookie does something, Rice already did it.
Because he did so much, you know,
right before he was 25. There he is.
So did Ted. In fact, the only other player since 1913 to record 10 or more games with 3 or more extra base hits before turning 25 are named Lou Gehrig, Joe DiMaggio, and Alex Rodriguez.
Man.
So he is keeping outstanding company. And a 2-2 to Mookie. Tried to hold up. They did appeal and no swing, says Andy Fletcher.
Boy, when he was going bad, he was swinging at that all night long. Got that gray bat, doesn't it? Look like it's hard as a rock. Shiny.
He popped that one up. The catcher with a play. Maxwell, plenty of room. 1 out in the Red Sox 8th. Looking for some new team apparel? Enter the People's United Bank leading off giveaway for your chance to win a $100 gift card at the team store on Yawkey Way. Visit NESN.com/leading off before every game to get the latest news on the hometown team. Look for the People's United Bank giveaway at the bottom of each leading off story. People's United Bank, know what know-how can do. Something like that.
Yeah, I got that one down pat.
That'll miss on Moreland, who has popped up, hit into a double play and doubled. And double high off the center field fence, almost went out in the 6th inning. Does have 18 home runs.
You know, I think he comes from Texas, right? Like Moreland. I bet you see games from Texas and they hit that ball in the grass over the center field fence like it's nothing. Ball jumps out of Texas. I bet he thought that ball he hit last time out would have been a dinger in Texas.
Might be right. Up onto that berm there.
Yes.
2-1. Now the ballpark has thinned out considerably. As we get into the late stages here, foul back. Just not a whole lot of offensive energy tonight to this point.
Jarrell Cotton looked like he wanted to give it back in the 4th inning. And Moreland was the hitter. That was really the play of the game. Unassisted ground ball to Olson, touch first, through to home, play of the game.
Double play. And snuffed out that rally.
3rd inning, not 4th.
2-2 from Hatcher. Back to that play.
You hate to see it, but because it's a very unusual play. You don't see this very often. He touches the bag on the run, makes a nice throw, and Maxwell makes a nice tag. Look at that. That's a beautiful thing for the A's.
That was it for the Sox. A golden opportunity. Here's the 3-2. Anthony Ramirez waiting on deck. Up the middle, but that's exactly where they have him. Semien up and over for the out. And there are 2 gone. Stay right here after the 3rd out of this inning for a behind-the-scenes look at what happens in between innings. We have no idea what it is, but it's going to be something.
It always is.
Always. Hanley has popped up, struck out, flat out 0 for 3.
You ever seen a base hit up the middle? When's the last time you saw a base hit up the middle? There's no hits up there.
Around 1995.
I'm telling you.
It's unbelievable.
It is.
It really is. Can't get him anymore.
I bet Hatcher thought as soon as that ball went by, and then it's a hit. I mean, it's an out.
Hanley so far 0 for 8 in the series, so he's due. Devers on deck, trying to get something going. Nobody aboard and 2 down. And the pitch. 1-2. Yeah, you had to feel like the Red Sox chances of getting Jarrell Cotton were pretty high, because his ERA was up near 6. He was 7-10. We talked about the fact he was pitching with a heavy heart because of all the damage to his native British Virgin Islands. His community was wiped out. Line into right field. Pinder will snag that. Red Sox go in order. 1, 2, 3s. We're set for the 9th inning. Don't go anywhere. Let's stay in the park.
Saturday on an all-new On Course with Andy Brickley. Brick plays a little tin cup.
I think I'm going to make that.
With back-to-back Stanley Cup winning head coach and Massachusetts native Mike Sullivan.
This is a competitive sport. It's a hard game, and it's hard to win.
Surrounded by oceanside views at the gorgeous Plymouth Country Club.
Didn't know you had such ups.
We are playing for bragging rights.
On Course with Andy Brickley. All new Saturday at 4:30 on NESN. Brought to you by Foxwoods, the official resort casino of the Boston Red Sox.
At Southwest, we're trying to decide whether or not to have a sale. Heads we don't, tails we do. And tails it is. Book for as low as $59 one way now at southwest.com. Sure, the game is great. But here's a real reason to scream at your television. Book for as low as $59 one way now at southwest.com.
Every year we take a girls trip. Remember Nashville? Kimchi barbecue. Amazing honky tonk.
I can't believe you got us tickets.
I did.
I didn't pay for anything.
You never do.
Send me what I owe. I got it.
I mean, you did find money to buy those boots.
Are you serious? Is that why you don't like them?
Those boots can make a unicorn cry.
Yeah, tears of joy.
The Bank of America mobile banking app. The fast, secure, and simple way to send money.
I've been trying to prepare for this day. I'm still not ready. The reason I'm telling you this is that there will be moments in your life that you'll never be ready for. Your little girl getting married being one of them.
Well, 9th inning coming your way. 7-3. The Oakland A's with the lead here. Cotton went the first 5, but he can win it. Lowry 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs against his former team. It was a quick night for Doug Fister. Just 4 innings, 6 earned runs. Benintendi has a couple of hits. Pedroia has 3. Not been enough for the Red Sox so far. That's our game summary brought to you by Xfinity. Matt Chapman stepping in to begin the 9th inning against Boyer, his second frame. Pops up the first pitch. Moreland moving over to his dugout. Plenty of room. 1 down. Boog Powell will be next. There's nothing like day baseball except on a weekday when you can't watch the game. Well, now you can live stream any NESN Red Sox game on your favorite device anytime, anywhere you go. Perfect for games like tomorrow. Visit NESNGO.com to watch the game on your computer at the office or download the NESN Go app. Foul 0 for 3. He struck out, grounded out, flied out.
How do you get Boog for a name, huh? I mean, really, I mean, that's not, nobody has that name. Well, I guess if your name's Herschel, I found out his name's Herschel. You're looking for a nickname, bad.
If they're calling you Herschel.
Yo.
Nobody would give Herschel Walker a hard time.
No, but I'm not going to give him a hard time, no.
Probably wise.
But he must have to answer that question all the time, every place he goes.
Yeah, where'd Boog come from?
Yeah. That'd be annoying.
Why Boog?
I guess he went and met Boog, huh? When he was in Baltimore.
It's got to be
So
it.
I heard.
He's got the last name, so he got stuck with it or honored by it.
Yes.
Blake Trinan throwing in the bullpen, a right-hander. Nobody on base, 1 down in the 9th. Red Sox in the bottom of the 9th inning have Devers, Leone, and Bradley due up. And the 0-2. Boyer struck out 2 men in the 8th inning. Trying to nail down the first K of the 9th. Cleveland Indians will be home against Kansas City tomorrow, going for 22 consecutive wins. Amazing stuff. All-time record, probably by now you know, is 26.
1919? When was it?
1916 New York Giants?
Probably.
Something like that.
They think they're invincible right now, huh? It's like, maybe because they broke that record. I mean, I guess, what do you have to shoot for? I mean, they can't lose.
Shoot for immortality.
Right.
Flied into left, Benintendi for the catch. 2 up, 2 down. I mean, they have that in front of them. If they can pull that off, you know, even to tie that record by the 1916 Giants. I think I was reading there was a tie in there too.
Right, I saw that.
For the Giants record. Here's Semien. He's gone 1 for 4 tonight with a base hit. He started their offensive attack in the first inning against Fister and would score one of their 4 runs in the opening frame. It's been uphill for the Red Sox ever since. And the 0-1. But, you know, the Indians claim not to be thinking much about the streak, not talking about it much among themselves. It's not something that they spend hours discussing in their clubhouse. Almost as if they'd prefer no one notice.
Well, they've gotten more attention now than they have had, you know, since, well, obviously the World Series last year. But now everybody's picking them to be in the World Series, right? It's like, how are you going to get through Cleveland, right?
Well, the way they're playing, they ought to be the favorite. Swung on and missed. However, how often do you see this as Velasquez begins to throw in the bullpen, that when a team has a long winning streak, they lose a bunch of games or they stagger a bit? Remember, the Red Sox won 11 in a row at the end of last year, and that didn't work out too well in the end, as they were swept by the Cleveland Indians. It got the Red Sox the division title, but I think they would have loved to have had that winning streak a little bit earlier.
Well, they went into New York, the last road trip, right? The last stop was New York. They lost 3 in a row. One being a walk-off grand slam when they clinched.
And I thought the Sox looked very tired in that home series against Toronto.
Yeah, that was Ortiz weekend.
3-2. Breaking ball, line, and caught by Devers to retire the side. They go 1-2-3. Last call for the Red Sox as we go to the bottom of the 9th, down by 4. A legend.
Yes, he is.
Rock
Jay
and roll
Giles.
musician. Yep. Lead vocalist, 1967 and 1983. Taking in the Sox here, looking for a miracle.
I love their stuff.
Blake Trinan now out of the bullpen. He's been tough at 279 earned run average.
He's the guy they got from the Washington Nationals for Madsen and Doolittle.
First man in will be Devers, who's gone 0 for 3 in this one. 7 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Oakland. 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Sox. Unless the Sox can rally, they will have 1 full game cut from their lead, and it'll be 3 games going into tomorrow afternoon. Yankees will be playing the Orioles tomorrow night. Devers has popped up, grounded out, and grounded out again. Been a pretty long night, made somewhat longer by a 17-minute rain delay. Outshot, base hit. So Devers punching one through the hole for a single to begin the 9th inning.
Well, he's not waiting around. He knows he's going to get a fastball. This guy with the big fastball, known for it. Need base runners, what you need. Fastball down, shoots that ball in the gap in the hole.
98 miles an hour for a single. Sends up Sandy Leon. Sandy denied a hit in the second inning when Jarrell Cotton snagged a line drive. Pitcher caught it. Gone 0 for 2. Jackie Bradley on deck. All the way to the backstop. That'll advance the runner. Devers easily into second base on a wild pitch.
A little bit inside there with his 98-mile-an-hour gas. Training, he was with the Nationals, like I said, at the start of the year. As you see, this cross seamer he yanks, almost hits Leon. Catcher has no chance, but he was a closer at the start of this year for the Nationals. Didn't work out very well. He got knocked around. They were struggling, looking for bullpen help for the longest time. They came to Oakland and found themselves 2 arms.
A man in scoring position. Sox have not scored since the 5th inning. And the righties 1-0. 97. He dotted that outside corner. Sandy also a former Washington National. He finally picks one out, and the 1-1. He drops it in there. 1-2.
What's the big decision? I don't know.
Keeps coming back with heaters.
Ball looked like it had a little sink on it. See it go down. 96. Whew.
Devers at second, and nobody out. The 1-2 to Sandy. That one ate him up. Well, with a breaking ball to strike him out, so 1 man gone.
Sandy swinging for fastball, gets the slider down and in, and no chance.
One away, Jackie Bradley now. Jackie was one of the few offensive highlights for the Red Sox tonight. His home run in the 5th inning. 1 for 3. It was his 16th.
Well, that's some gas upstairs. You can't get there. Well, he got to that high changeup, that home run he hit off of Cotton earlier to make the game 6-3 at the time. Ball carried right out of here.
The 0-1 pitch. That darts down at 99. No doubt he is a hard thrower. He's in the Kimbrel range. Bogart's on deck. And trying it with a 1-1. Bounding ball to second baseman Lowry has been very busy tonight, and they're 2 away. Devers advancing to third. Top of the order now Xander Bogaerts, but with 2 gone. Bottom half of the 9th inning. Oakland trying to split the first 2 games of the series. Tomorrow afternoon, 1:35, Game 3. Drew Pomerantz against Daniel Gossett, who is a righty. And the Red Sox will get on the charter and head for Tampa Bay.
Big game tomorrow, if you think about it. It would take the momentum out of their sail here if they lose tomorrow.
Red Sox will be playing in the afternoon. The Yankees later tomorrow night against the Orioles. Xander's gone 1 for 3, a base hit and a run back in the third. He's also taken a walk tonight, hitting .271.
All you can really want is to win series, right? They won the first 2 series. Win tomorrow, everything's cool.
Yep, and the Red Sox would go 2-1, 2-1, 2-1 in all the series on the homestand. This one's not done yet. Got a runner at third and 2 down. Dustin Pedroia would be next. He has 3 hits tonight. Fouled away. 1-2 now.
Pomerantz throwing tomorrow. You can't help but think about last time he pitched against the A's. He couldn't get out of that. He took him out of the game. Remember? Farrell took him out after 4 innings. He had a ton of pitches. Remember that?
He wasn't real happy.
Had a little chat.
Yep.
Right. Here it is. On cue. Punches out. Ends the fourth inning with a punch out. He's kind of mad at himself, yelling at himself. Then when he gets in there, he says, "That's enough." And he didn't play that. Farrell told him, "Go up to the clubhouse." Nicely.
Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and that's the ball game. Not much offense tonight. Red Sox technically had more hits. They out-hit Oakland 98, but 7-3 is the final score. And tomorrow, the finale of the homestand. TC?